Well, good morning. We're still a little before lunch here, and we're going to do a little bit of work here. Okay, we'll divide this thing up into pieces at a time. And I'm probably going to go across this thing today to do this bottom, then I'm going to move and go to two other little jobs I have. But I wanted to get you started with this lid. All right, so earlier I think this is the fourth video on this window, so there'll be quite a few videos on this window. Earlier we had cut this piece. We liked the way it fit. Gave us a little bit of room along here for the heart of the lid. And I've taken the liberty to go ahead and cut this piece out right here because we're going to take a single piece of lid. We're going to come here. We're going to hopefully notch it. Bring it here, notch it again, and bring it right down to here. Now I cut this glass. In fact, I've got it laying right on the line. We're fine with that. And I did grind a little till I got it exactly this length right here. And then let me go ahead and put this thing in the holder so I can use both hands. And I'll show you what I have going here. All right. So we're down in this corner right here. And I went ahead because I had the glass already out and decided, well, let's go ahead and get these pieces here cut. So I have all four. There's one here, and then one to my left of each size of these. And I stripped them off out of that strip because I had a strip that was just the right length. And so the reason I'm putting this, I just set this lid in here just for measurement purposes, and we're in a real good alignment right here. I could, in fact, probably wouldn't be a bad idea, before I slip this piece of lead in here, which may not allow me to push the end of this glass up as far as I want to, why don't we go ahead and get that angle? And now we know the angle's right now because we're setting in the lid, which is going to have this piece of glass exactly where it goes. So boy, we need a new that thing's dead on arrival. Let me get a different one. All right. If you sometimes I have a habit of leaving those things sitting. My wife is correcting me all the time. Setting out, and they dry out. So here we go again. I'm looking down on that line. There we go. We'll just cut that. Seeing that? I know that I'm not going to have any lead in the way of getting that line cut. Just running down that line, nice and steady. And it wouldn't hurt if we touch that with a grinder, but we don't really need to put that in right now, so we're not going to worry about it. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we're just going to set this to the side. The next thing we want to do is I fastened this piece here down here, and I've got it pushed against this one, so I'm trying to wedge this one in, and it's also fastened down there because I don't want it to move around. And I think what I need to do is lift that up. All right, and we're going to take this piece of lead now here, and I want to show you again, there's no room under this 3/16 lead for you to have a whole lot of miscutting glass. You got to have it real good, in the right place. Whoa. And push to myself there. All right. So now, sometimes I'm pretty accurate with this. Sometimes not quite so much. But we're going to see if we can put a notch in it right here. If I'm off, we'll just whack it off and do it again. So let's do that right there. We got these little lead dikes, right? So let's make a cut there and then go straight down, make another one, and turn the dikes over. Another cut and another cut. Okay. It's easier to bend it back this way than it is to continue to try to make it go this way. Not too bad. Now we're going to estimate. If we get this right, it'll be real pretty. I'm thinking right about right there. Okay, if I'm off, and I have been known to be off a hair here and there. Do this notch again. It's easier to go just straight down and get the other one, then flip the tool over. Usually when I haven't done a lead job in several weeks, maybe several months, and so we need to cut that back out of there a little better. So I might be off here a little bit. Just like anything else, you kind of work your way into it. Okay. Oh. Okay. Now let's do this. Look at that. We're guessing right. I'm just trying to get everything straight. Okay, let's slip this other piece in there. Just to see what that looks like. There it is. Whoa, there we go. All right, now I'm going to lock this. Let's do this. Let's lock this down up here. I want that moving. And then we'll lock this and play with that. Let me I usually start over on these pieces with fresh little cut-offs. I've got a whole jar of cut-off lead, but I like the nice clean ones to start with. So let's just push this. I'm looking at where it's going this way. Right there. You can use horseshoe nails. It'd be nice if you had these. I never tried to find any of these. I've got D. Carteret gave me these. This is enough for me to get, about anything I want to do. But boy, they're English or England, United Kingdom glazer's nails, and man, I used, like I said earlier in the earlier video, I used horseshoe nails for 40. Where am I at now in this business? 47 years or so, 46 years, and she sent me these. She's always giving me something, and she sent me these, and boy, do I love those, because they're easy to put in and put out. Okay, so what I'm getting at here right now is here we are. Now we'd if I was to do this next part of this, and I want to, let me take the fid, my little homemade fid, and I want to push right here. This lead is right there. I want that super straight. There you go. Okay, we would probably think about a piece of lead to go out here, and what I would like to do is take that lead here and go all the way to there with it. Of course, we don't have this piece in yet. And this glass we're using the CD out here, but this glass is all going to be clear. My client wants clear glass in this area right here, so we're going to use the CD on the outside here and the clear right here. So we don't necessarily need to do that, this section right now, but if I were to do that, I think I would probably put a piece of lead here, notch it, just let it set out here while I build the rest of this. Build it, then put another piece of lead here, and then take this piece of lead here that was notched and went out here, turn it back that way across here, and now I've just got that one piece there. You could have done that here. You could have made this piece a single piece and gone out that way, but I wanted to, you know, 6 of one, half dozen of another. It's just the way you want to do it. But I decided, well, I'll just cut that all in one piece there. And then that allows us to come down here, and because I cut off a sheet, I'm going to get this little bit of here as waste. Not too much waste, but anyway, now, because I see where this piece is, and I need this line straight right, then I know where to cut this one, see, and it needs to be cut right there. Right across there. All right. I'm not going to cut it quite yet. I'm going to come and put this piece in, and we're going to go down the sheet and just come back in here and do the same thing that we just came from down there. We'll come down and see, and we've got this one here set, cut, and it's the right width. Look at these cuts. Look at these lines here. All right, and it's super straight. Okay, and then here's the complement, or not the complement, but the one that's going to lay next to it. All right, and so we'll put this one in and this one in. Of course, we're going to put that one in, and come right here and put this in. Now that gives us a bed to go ahead and start building this thing. We can build that here, and then add these in, because we have this one. Come down here, build this thing, add these in, and we're home free. It's going to take a little bit yet. This is going to slow us down right here a bit, and I'll come back. I'm probably going to just only get about this far here today, and then I got to change this. This thing is on a board, right? I think, let me get out of this holder here and I'll show you. This is on a board, and so and I put it on the board. I could normally build one this narrow right on the work table here without having to worry about getting to this other side or any of that stuff, because it's so narrow. But I knew I had these two other pieces to do. These two. The hummingbird and the dragonfly. And I know I need to get them done actually in front of this thing. So I thought, well, I want to go ahead and at least get this started, and that way it'll move a lot quicker when I go back to it. So I put it on this board, and all that'll happen now is I'll work another hour or so, hour or two on it, do just exactly what I showed you here, and put that down here, and then we'll just pick up the board, move it over to another part of the shop, and lay the dragonfly and the hummingbird out. Swipe to the left to reveal comments. Swipe to the left. I don't know whether I want to do that or not. Anyway, sometimes you start playing around with this phone and you can go off the air there. Anyway, that's all I have on this. So I think this is the 4th video on this, and you can see how we have gotten to this point and how you lay out a lead window, and how cutting the glass one piece at a time ensures that you're going to get these super straight lines, and that all your pieces are going to conform to your cartoon. And the cartoon is one that you have gone over it with a fine-tooth comb to make sure it's all square, it's all straight. I mentioned yesterday, I don't expect everybody to remember everything I say, but these lines were off. This line here was 1 millimeter wider than this one. So I came back in there and fixed that, so now they're the same, which made my point the same and intersected this the same and made it all better. Okay, well, that's all I have right now. We'll come back. Boy, it's going to take me a couple of days to get the glasswork, maybe 3 days to get the glasswork done on these two guys. See, there's the paper that they're built on, so they'll have all this border material in them. This is actually kind of slow going here too, but we'll get the hummingbird under there, the dragonfly, each one goes on there, and we'll go from there. All right, well, I thank you so much, and be sure and ask your questions, and we'll get back to you.